Sniper Ghost Warrior 2 is built on CryEngine 3, probably one of the most advanced gaming engines available out there. It allowed us to improve the game since the first Sniper Ghost Warrior. By improve, I mean visual, which is what you can see right away, but also gameplay mechanics and such important stuff like artificial intelligence of the enemies. On this mission, we just landed on the outskirts of Sarajevo. We are joining our spotter, and we're making our way into the city to meet our contact, who will later on guide us to a place where mass executions take place. And our goal, or our main objective, is to gather evidence, just take photos of genocide.
Target the soldier on the hull. Distance is 150 meters. Wind is stable. Clear to engage.
In Sniper Ghost Warrior 2, sniping is obviously a big thing for us. So when lining up the shot, I have to take in consideration a couple of ballistic factors. I have to compensate for the bullet drop, monitor the wind strength and direction to compensate to the left to the right, and also think about the time the bullet actually needs to get to the target. But we didn't want to, let's say, scare away didn't want to scare away more casual players. So in easier modes, I simply get a red dot, which you can see just now. It just shows me where the bullet is going to hit. So if I want to play the game more casually, I can easily just jump in and don't have to take care of all the ballistic factors. Get this other guy out of the way. Here we go. Yes, so working with your spotter is crucial for survival. Although if I, like I just did, miss a shot and alarm the enemies, I'm still okay to continue if I'm good enough to fight off the alarmed enemies. You can see CryEngine in full effect. Here's our next target. Hold my breath for the steady shot. And that's him down.
Inside, we're going low. Come on, cover my back.
So the spotter just performed a stealth kill on an enemy. In fact, this is one of the new features for Sniper Ghost Warrior 2. If the player is stealthy enough and is able to approach an enemy undetected, he will be able to perform a stealth kill on any enemy on the level. So sometimes it's smarter to try to approach the enemy and actually use your knife to take him out, rather than waste bullets or alarm other enemies by firing a weapon. Here's our next target.
Clean kill. Guy with the radio on the right's next. Last target, first floor, building window.
I'm going to use thermovision goggles, also a new feature for Sniper Ghost Warrior 2, just to show you show off this feature. And using it, I can clearly see the position of the enemies. This gadget comes in handy during night missions, and my favorite situation to use it is to spot enemies through thin cover. So, for example, in the jungle environments, one of the 3 environments we have in the game, some of the enemies hide in huts, and using thermovision goggles, I'll be able to spot them through the wall and take them out through the wall as well, using bullet penetration.
Follow my lead.
So there's quite a large group of enemies approaching, and it's not always smart to just go on and engage. So I'm going to hide below this train cart and wait for them to pass.
Hold it, don't budge.
So also a house full of clothes being protected about things with rifles and approaches.
They said that fool.
I was mentioning different environments we introduced in Sniper Ghost Warrior 2. So a part of the jungle environment, which is placed in the Philippines, we have the urban environment, which is the city of Sarajevo, which we're just approaching during this mission. Then the third environment, which the player is taken to in the last act of the game, is the mountain environment, and that's Tibet in our game. Each environment requires different tactics from a sniper. So, for instance, in an urban environment, it might be smarter to find a rooftop overlooking the area to clear the area before proceeding. But although in the jungles, it might be better to stick to the vegetation, hide in a bush, and take a shot from there, not get spotted. These guys passed. During this mission, we are not involved directly in the conflict taking place. You can see the Serbian armies moving into the city. Our objective is, like I said, simply gather evidence about the mass murders and get out. I don't want to spoil the story too much, but not everything goes as planned during this mission, and we will have to get involved. We will get captured, and we'll have to make our great escape from the Serbian forces. Use binoculars to tag the enemies, just so I can track their position. You can see the visibility meter around the minimap going off. That means an enemy starts seeing me, but he only actually sees me when it fills up all the way. So this gives me a chance to move back to cover. What is new in Sniper Ghost Warrior 2 compared to the first Sniper Ghost Warrior game is that this visibility meter placed around the minimap indicates also from which direction we are being seen. It makes it easier to outmaneuver the enemies during the stealth sections in the game.
Stop.
So, yes, we're approaching our sniping spot. This water tower has a nice overlook over the area. I'm going to use it to clear the area before proceeding.
Right behind you.
It's always smart to use the distance to your advantage. The enemies aren't that accurate on longer distances, so if I keep far away from them enough, I'll always have the advantage of using a sniper rifle against assault rifles. Although they will try to use cover and shorten the distance, if I'm good enough of a sniper, I'll be able to take them out before they do so.
The station's gotta be the first target. It's gotta confuse the area.
Take out the first guy I want to take out is the guy who has the best overview on the other hostiles, and this way I can try to take him out one by one without alarming the rest.
Hurry up already.
Second guy.
Perfect. Okay, you have a beat on Mr. Handyman over there by the electrical substation.
Good.
Shit. Ice them by before someone takes interest.
So I don't really want to do this, but him barking would alarm other enemies. I didn't have a choice. Just for the record, we didn't harm any animals when designing the game. This guy is next. That alarmed a couple of the enemies. Not everything went exactly as I planned, and now I just need to fight off alarmed enemies. Yeah, here we go. So what I want to do is take them out before they have a chance to approach my sniping spot. They won't be rushing because they know it's not safe to go out in the open, so they'll be using cover and try to move closer and closer, and that's the time I have to take them out. Just missed. Once I lose health, and I have on me, I can use med kits to replenish my health. We didn't want to use self-regenerating health, which would be, we figured it would be just too easy to hide from the enemies when we use these long distances. So this is Sniper Ghost Warrior 2, coming out on Xbox 360, the PS3 and the PC on August 21st, 2012.